Week 1 of the PCT. Day 1. It was really hard. I had to say goodbye to everybody. They were all dropping me off, telling me their goodbyes, and it was really sad. I had to get dropped off by my dad, my brother, and my boss, and buddy. And it was hard telling them goodbye, realizing you're going to be out here by yourself. But then it got easier as the days went on. Day 1, it started raining right off the start. And I only got 7.5 miles in. Started pouring, so I put up a tent. Day 2, I felt great. My back was great. Get about 4 or 5 miles into the day, and my back starts ripping. Right in my lower back. I don't know what it is, but it's got a huge rub spot on it. It's got a raw, still to this day. And my shoulders were not prepared for that bag being so loaded down with so much water. First problem was I took too much water, so my bag was weighed down too heavy. But I got through day 2. Turned out to be a pretty decent day. I camped out because my feet were burning. It's like cymbals whacking the ground. It's like bow, bow. It's like oh, oh, every step. So I did a 10 miler. I think I got to like 17.4, 17.5. Camped out. Seen a couple people. First time I got to actually like talk to somebody was day 2. And that gave me motivation. I turned a new gear. Day 3, I pushed all the way into Mount Laguna, or Lake Morena. Had breakfast at like 9 o'clock. Took off like a bat out of hell. I did like 15 miles. I felt like a champion. So I'm probably about 30 miles in. And I wake up. And outside of Mount Laguna. That's where I plowed to, is from Lake Morena to Mount Laguna. I plowed through that. Got to Mount Laguna. And it was an ice storm. So I stayed in one of the cabins. After that, I got up with a decent day. Waited till about noon for a package that didn't come that day. It was an estimated arrival, not the actual arrival. So I had it shipped up to Warner Springs and took off for Julian. I went from Mount Laguna Lodge all the way outside of the Mount Laguna Recreation Area, which is about 12 miles. And then from that 12 miles, I hooked it and booked it on day 4. 25 miles. And got to Julian. Got Moz Pie. And I actually went in the wrong shop, because there's multiple bakeries in Julian. I went into the wrong shop. Walked in, showed them a pass, because that's what you're supposed to do for Moz. And they're like, yeah, I got you. What kind of pie you want? I was like, I thought you were supposed to get a piece of apple pie. But I didn't say anything, so I got cherry raspberry crumb cake, or pie. And she's like, you want a scoop of ice cream? And I'm like, yeah, is that still free? She said, yup. I was like, then sign me up. So I got that free piece of pie and a piece of ice cream, and then I realized I was in the wrong place. So then I had to go across the street to the right place to get the right piece of pie. So I left Julian. Right after that, I resupplied at the market. Got a couple packs of tuna, some gummy bears, and what else did I get? Something else. Oh, a drink. I wanted a soda. So then I got a hitch back down to the trail because Julian's 12 miles away from trail, so you got to hitch into town and hitch out of town. So I got my hitch back out of town from a 2024 alumni of the trail named Eagle. He's a pretty cool dude. He dropped me off back at the trail. I set up camp. And then day 5, I met this really cool dude. His name is the Professor. He was an older 77-year-old guy. Done all of the Swiss Alps, Wales, everywhere. And gave me a couple advice, gave me some advice, this, that, and the other. And we all hiked 14 miles up to this next water cache. And then from that water cache, we hiked another 14 miles, or 17 miles, into Warner Springs last night. And then today, I pretty much sat at Warner Springs at the resource center after I hit the post office and got my box. And pretty much sat at the resource center, recouped, bought a couple things, got a free shower, free bucket laundry, charging station, shade, and I met a whole bunch of more people. And now I'm up in this mountain range where there's hardly any service. And we got a creek. First skeeto I've seen all trip. We got a creek. That's probably why the skeetos are around. And it's been pretty much my week. I got a blister on day 5. Been milking it for the past 2 days. Thought I just put an ant in my food, but I didn't. So today I only did 6 miles up into the canyon, up into the mountains from Warner Springs. I stayed there till about 3, 4, 3. Hiked up here about 2 hours or so. Cooking dinner. And that's been pretty much my week. It's been fun. I've gotten burnt. I have the weirdest suntan from my shirt being right here while I'm hiking. And then my calves. White, tan. But I've been happy. I've been sad. I've been hurting. I've been almost crying. Literally day 2, I was like, oh, couldn't move. And those guys came around and I had to jump up and act like I'm tough. Like, what up, bye boys? And then after that, it's been alright. It's been alright. I've been eating okay. My pee is still white, so I'm hydrated. I don't know if you could ask for any better, to be honest. I'm doing pretty freaking good. Besides this blister, my spirit's been high. I've seen amazing things. I've met a lot of people from Ireland, Germany, France, Sweden, and then obviously the States. know how well this is gonna go. So we're gonna put some refried beans in with my rice. So I picked up at the Warner Springs shelter instant refried beans. So we'll see how that goes. But this is just me making dinner at night. I've come to find out that you don't need a lot to be happy, but being connected to people is something I do like. Flip your food shut. And then what I like to do is I put it in my bag. Because your bag's insulated, so don't lose the heat from the outside air.